German golfers on Spanish greens. More than 4 million German visitors come here to Majorca every year. Tourism is the bedrock of Majorca's economy, and officials here say 97% of the island's tourism relies on visitors from Europe, particularly Germans. But like so many holiday destinations, the pandemic threatens to destroy Majorca's summer season, even if travel restrictions are eased, says course owner Dirk Dunkler.
The fear is there, and people stay. I guess the other day I was talking to a couple which are members in our club, and they said to me, well, we want to go on holidays, but we prefer to go to a place where we can get by car, because when something happens, we just take our car and we drive home.
COVID-19 has killed nearly 30,000 in Spain, but mostly in the big cities of Madrid and Barcelona. Majorca is relatively unscathed, with far fewer infections. Restrictions are easing up, and in coronavirus terms, the island is similar, in fact, to the low infection rates in Germany. Majorca is the second home for many Germans. Celebrities, including supermodel Claudia Schiffer, have her villa on this side of the island. And in fact, more than 100 German holiday homeowners have demanded the right to return here. But is there a way to do that safely? Yes, says Michael Oliu-Barton, co-author of a new proposal that he says would work in the EU and beyond.
We all like beautiful beaches, but we all want to be safe if there is a cluster of infections, just a new outbreak while we're having our vacation at the beach.
Here's what that might look like. Verified green zones that have the virus under control would allow free travel between them. A Bavarian visitor could fly directly to Majorca even if national borders are closed. Testing and tracing, hospital capacity, and other strict criteria would need to be EU certified, and countries have to prove they can keep green zones safe and isolated from red zones, where the virus may still be spreading. Tourism official Rosana Murillo hopes the plan will work.
If we receive tourists that are in the same situation as we are, we think it's safe for us and it's safe for them.
Beaches across Spain are keen to show they can ensure visitor safety, devising apps to book blanket space on the beach, laying sand grids to enforce social distancing. Travel restrictions are still in effect, however. Until the plan is approved, the beaches will have to wait a little longer.
It's good to see your face. You've been through a lot in the last couple months. I'm really glad to see you guys open again.
Thank you. The connection of the community is way more powerful than we ever believed.
James Trees runs Esther's Kitchen in Las Vegas's Arts District. He's a Vegas native and a 2020 James Beard nominee. I met him while covering the Vegas beat and contributing to publications like CNN Travel. Trees' restaurant was closed for nearly 2 months because of the coronavirus pandemic. He just reopened in May, and he's been doing some pretty steady business, as much as he's allowed after he pushed tables further apart and went to reservations-only seating.
What we're looking at is allowing people to get comfortable with whatever this new normal or temporary normal will be for an extended period of time.
Coming up in early June, the city's casinos will start to follow suit, staggering opening dates as they ramp up operations once again. Vegas is ready to have visitors back in town. It just may not be the same Las Vegas you remember.
The world has changed, and Vegas is changing with it. So yes, things will be a little different when we open again, at least for a while. A new Vegas for the new reality.
I think Vegas will continue to provide an escape. It will be somewhat different. Things related to crowds are not going to be available.
That's Steve Hill, who heads the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, the organization charged with marketing all of Southern Nevada. At their count, more than 42 million people visited Las Vegas last year. Of that number, 6.6 million came for conventions alone. Those aren't expected to come back anytime soon.
Nightclubs won't be here, concerts, most of the shows, but we still think we'll have a great experience.
Some of the biggest differences in town will be seen on casino floors, where public health is of paramount importance. You'll find fewer people crowding around craps tables and slot machine floors that will be reconfigured to allow for social distancing.
We've obviously over the years evolved to a much broader experience than just on the casino floor. And it's an opportunity for people to come and have maybe a more personalized, more intimate experience.
A smaller crowd is okay with Penny Chutima, general manager of the 21-year-old Lotus of Siam restaurant. What are your expectations for the next couple months?
To me, I told, besides my family and my employees, is that, 2020 is not the time for us to be making the profit. It's just to stay alive at this point. It's pretty bad.
There's no question that this pandemic will change Las Vegas in the short term, but it also might be Vegas's prime opportunity to show off a completely different side of the city.
I think there are some things about Las Vegas that a lot of people don't know. We are surrounded by national parks. There's a ton of outdoor activity. There are mountains which, even though it might be 120 outside, you're up in the 50s and 60s. I mean, you're just gonna have a good time. And your level of comfort is really just gonna be about your openness to look for something special here in Vegas.
If you're dreaming of a beach holiday, coastal towns across Spain have been working overtime to prove they can keep visitors safe. But it won't be as simple as laying out your beach blanket. In Canet d'en Berenguer on Spain's Mediterranean coast, a grid is being laid in the sand to allot 9 square meter spaces for visitors. Beachgoers will need to book space on an app to get access with appointed arrival times. The mayor says the new normality brings new beaches. We will adapt. We will try to enjoy it in the best possible way, he says. In Sanxenxo, on the Atlantic coast, the mayor plans to reopen with a similar grid system and a maximum capacity of 2,300 beachgoers a day. That's less than 75% of previous summers. He says it's a plan that will keep the safety distance between people who come to enjoy the beach. At all Spanish beaches, changing rooms and bathrooms will be subject to strict disinfection with limited capacity. Sun loungers and parasols will need to be cleaned at regular intervals and kept at least 2 meters apart. For locals, the new rules will be worth it if it can help to revive the summer economy. It depends on how many people come to the beach, this man tells us. If it continues as it is now, only for residents, it wouldn't be necessary. But if tourists come and people from abroad, I think it would be a good idea. The Prime Minister says he wants to make Spain the safest holiday destination in Europe, which is why the country is only gradually lifting those coronavirus restrictions. The idea is to make guaranteed health and safety as much of a selling point as Spain's sun, sea, and sand. Atika Schubert, CNN, Majorca, Spain.